There are walls built to keep men in, and a few men who were born to break them. But for some, escape wasn't just a dream, it was a mission. These are the top 10 most unbelievable prison escapes in history, real stories of insane courage, razor-sharp cunning, and the unstoppable will to be free. Number 10. The Great Escape, Stalag Luft III, 1944. World War II. Deep in Nazi-controlled Poland stood Stalag Luft III, a fortress of barbed wire, searchlights, and despair. Inside, hundreds of captured Allied airmen plotted a rebellion not of guns, but of grit. Led by Royal Air Force pilot Roger Bushell, they began digging, not one, but 3 massive tunnels, named Tom, Dick, and Harry. Every detail was planned to perfection. Air pumps made from bedboards kept oxygen flowing underground. Tin cans became shovels. Even their daily walks were synchronized to hide the shifting soil hidden in their trousers. On the freezing night of March 24, 1944, 76 men crawled into the darkness, under walls, past guard towers, into the forest beyond. But fate was cruel. A snowstorm revealed footprints. 73 were recaptured, and 50 were executed under Hitler's orders. Still, their courage echoed beyond the war, the defiance of men who refused to surrender to walls. A story immortalized forever as the Great Escape. Number 9. Yashi Shiratori, the Japanese Houdini. Japan, 1936. His name was Yashi Shiratori, a man condemned for crimes he swore he didn't commit. Beaten, starved, humiliated, yet his spirit remained untamed. Shiratori's story is not one escape, but 4. 4 prisons, 4 triumphs. At Amari Prison, he picked his locks using a piece of wire from a bathing bucket. When captured again, they placed him in a high-security cell. He escaped through the ceiling. Next, they built iron bars, coated in freezing metal. He greased his skin with miso soup and slipped through. Every time they caught him, they built stronger walls. And every time, he found a new way out. To the people, he became folklore, the man who could not be caged. To the guards, he was a nightmare whispered about at night. Number 8. Frank Abagnale Jr., the con artist who walked out. Before Catch Me If You Can made him a legend, Frank Abagnale Jr. had already pulled one of the boldest escapes in U.S. history. After being caught for a string of frauds, forgeries, and impersonations, Abagnale found himself trapped in a federal detention center. But even there, his greatest weapon wasn't force, it was charm. Using his wit, Frank posed as an undercover prison inspector sent from the FBI. He convinced the guards that he was there to evaluate the prison's security. They didn't just believe him, they escorted him right out of the gates. No tunnels, no violence, just pure deception. When the truth came out, it was too late. Abagnale was gone. His escape was so clean, so outrageous, it became the blueprint for cinematic genius. Number 7. Pascal Payet, the man who flew away. 2001, France. In a prison built for the most dangerous criminals, Pascal Payet looked up, not down, for his way out. While serving time for murder, his friends hijacked a helicopter, landed it inside the prison courtyard, and picked him up like a scene from a Hollywood blockbuster. The guards could only watch, helpless, as the chopper lifted off and vanished into the clouds. But Payet wasn't done. Years later, he orchestrated another helicopter escape, this time to free his fellow inmates. Each time, he defied national security, air control, and logic itself. His name became synonymous with impossible getaways, the man who literally flew to freedom. Number 6. The Alcatraz Trio, The Rock That Crumbled, 1962. It was called The Rock, the island prison where escape was a death sentence. But in 1962, 3 men, Frank Morris and the Anglin brothers, decided to challenge the legend. Night after night, they chipped through concrete with spoons, hid debris in musical instruments, and replaced the wall grates with fake ones. To trick the guards during roll call, they made fake heads using soap, toilet paper, and real hair so it looked like they were still in bed. When the time came, they slipped through the hole, climbed a ventilation shaft, and launched a makeshift raft made of stolen raincoats into the freezing black water. They were never seen again. The FBI claimed they drowned, but rumors persisted, sightings in South America, letters mailed to police decades later. To this day, the mystery remains. Did they die as prisoners, or live as ghosts of freedom. Number 5. The Texas 7, Brotherhood on the Run, 2000. It was just days before Christmas 2000. At the John B. Connolly unit in Texas, 7 inmates executed a plan so perfect, it left authorities stunned. They overpowered guards, stole uniforms, radios, weapons, and even a prison truck. Within minutes, they were gone, invisible on the open roads of America. For 42 days, they lived as fugitives, robbing stores to survive, hiding under false names, and staying one step ahead of the law. Their reign ended after a national manhunt led to a violent standoff in Colorado. One member took his own life. The rest were captured. The Texas 7 proved how far loyalty and desperation can go, and how quickly it can all fall apart. Number 4. The Escape from Pretoria, 1979. South Africa. The year, 1979. 2 men, Tim Jenkin and Stephen Lee, imprisoned for distributing anti-apartheid pamphlets. But even behind the bars of Pretoria Central Prison, their fight for freedom continued. They studied every lock, every sound, every guard rotation. Then, using smuggled wood and makeshift tools, they carved 12 wooden keys by hand. Each night, they tested them, one lock at a time, until finally, every door stood open. On the night of June 11, they walked out of prison as quietly as shadows. No alarms, no gunfire, just footsteps fading into the dark. Their escape became a symbol that freedom is not just a right, it's a duty to those who cannot reach it. Number 3. The Maze Prison Break, Northern Ireland, 1983. The Maze Prison was the pride of British control, a fortress designed to hold members of the Irish Republican Army. But on September 25, 1983, 38 inmates turned that fortress into chaos. They overpowered guards with smuggled guns, seized a delivery truck, and rammed it through the prison gates. Gunfire erupted, alarms screamed. For hours, authorities hunted the fugitives across the countryside. 19 were caught within days, but 19 vanished into history. It was the largest escape in British history, a masterclass in coordination, loyalty, and defiance. Number 2. El Chapo Guzmán, the King of Tunnels, 2015. He was called El Chapo, Mexico's most feared drug lord. Captured and locked in the nation's most secure prison, he was supposed to be untouchable. But while the world celebrated his capture, his men were digging. For over a year, they tunneled beneath the earth, building a mile-long underground passage, fitted with lights, ventilation, and a rail-mounted motorcycle for quick travel. In 2015, El Chapo vanished, slipping through the hole in his shower floor like smoke through fingers. When the guards discovered the tunnel, the world was speechless. It was less a prison break and more a statement. Power can build walls, but it can also dig under them. Number 1. Richard Lee McNair, The Human Ghost, 2006. And at number 1, a man who escaped not with violence or fear, but with patience. Richard Lee McNair, a master manipulator, soft-spoken, intelligent, and dangerously calm. He escaped prison 3 times. But his 2006 breakout from a North Dakota penitentiary remains unmatched in creativity. Working in a mailroom, McNair built a shipping pallet, climbed inside, and sealed himself in shrink wrap with a breathing tube. The package was loaded onto a truck and mailed outside the prison walls. By the time guards realized something was wrong, he was gone. He lived on the run for over a year, charming his way past police during random checks, smiling, talking, deceiving. He was finally caught in Canada, but his legend remained. McNair didn't just escape prison. He escaped logic itself. This was the top 10 most unbelievable prison escapes in history. If you enjoyed this journey through courage, madness, and genius, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for the next story. Because sometimes, the truth is stranger than freedom itself.